Okay, so here we are. It is 38 days, I believe, they post-op. I don't know. You hear some people talk about days. You'll hear some people talk about months, weeks, or whatever. I guess if I'm 38, I'm on my fifth week. I don't know. Wait, no, that's not right. April 30th would have been a month. So I am clearly after the 4 week. Yeah, because I'm at the end of my fifth week. Because the first week of May, I'm going into the second week of May, and then third week will be my 6 weeks, and I'll be at my doctor's appointment then. So yeah, that's right. Well, anyway, don't get caught up in all that. Um, but I noticed that I hadn't been here in 2 weeks, and the last time that I got into you guys, I was talking about returning back to work that week. Well, I did. It was an epic fail. I started back. I do have a desk job, so you'll see in these support groups that you guys may join, or just Googling and looking at people's experience. And again, remember, I am only speaking on my experience, and I'm sorry I missed the whole intro. This is Chris. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit subscribe and share this with any friends or family that may need this information and may be beneficial to them. So I'm not doing it in vain. But anyway, I started back to work in my 3 week mark. And in that week, my body wasn't ready. My body completely was not ready. It was not majorly just on the actual post-operative part of the surgery. It was because my lung was having some issues, my left lung with expanding, which was my body was trying to figure that part out. So it was keeping me from progressing in my recovery. And again, and I tell like a lot of my friends, it does not have necessarily have anything to do with the surgery itself or the recovery afterwards. It was very much so having to do personally with me, because prior to surgery, I actually had the COVID virus in November. So it'll have been December, January, February, March, so 4 months prior to surgery. And one thing that COVID attacked during my stint with it was my lungs. And so I was able to make it through with that, but we just didn't think, you just don't know with this thing and what lasting issues you may have. And so what it did was my lung is not as strong as it was pre-COVID. And so in the recovery process, rather than me dealing with the spirometer that they give you from the hospital to breathe into, they help you, get your lungs back right and taking in enough air to fill them up. I probably should have did it a little bit longer than the standard that they tell you to do from the hospital. But I didn't, and we simply did just not know. Now we're connecting the pieces, and that's what happened. But once I got past that part, I'm on a up and up now. But with that being said, so my third week, I was not able to stay at work. I would swell up really bad. I would have chest aches and feeling like I couldn't breathe, and I really wasn't even doing anything. I have essentially a desk job. I pre-surgery would get up and move around to make sure that everything that falls in my purview, I'm making sure I'm putting my eyes on things, but I don't necessarily have to do that. I have people that I can send to do that. So my job can be sitting at the desk. And so I thought, 3 weeks, this is typical. I'll be good. I would swell up. My ankles were swelling up. Even with compression socks, I did not feel good. I almost felt like I was having the flu symptoms. And it was simply because my body was like, wait, we're not ready. So I didn't make it through that week, but I did end up going to the hospital, and that's how we found out what was going on. Treated it with Tylenol and rest and my spirometer pretty much most of the time. Even to this day, I'll start doing my spirometer. Probably after this, since I'm talking a lot, I'm going to probably do some breathing exercises. But I also have on my Apple Watch, have a breathing app, and so it tells me, hey, it's been this long, let's do some breathing activities, and it does. And actually helps too with control of actually feeling your breathing through your body, and that's a meditation that I think I had mentioned back in one of my other videos, that meditation is really good in your recovery process for any surgery. So anyway, what I did was I ended up going back to work this week. It's now Saturday, so this was my full first week back, and I did a great job. I stayed there 8 hours pretty much every day. The only day that I left was yesterday on Friday, just because there was nothing else to do, so I went home. Today was my first day out, like out and about, so I've gone to 4 stores. I didn't walk far or anything, but I was able to move around and not feel winded, not feel any aches and sores. Right now I feel pretty good, just because I know that I moved a lot this week, and then today I know I'm going to be extremely tired tonight, so I'll probably take something so that I can rest, probably a Tylenol PM, so that my body, any inflammation that came along with the movement is, you know, kind of helped, and then also to kind of let me sleep so that I'm not anxious or fidgety when I need my body to rest. But for the most part, I'm doing good. So I want to kind of show you guys some of my results. Maybe I'll turn you around to here. Let's see. I think that'll work. A little bit, yep. So here I am. So it's my waist. Now I actually have my ab board on, so it sticks out like right here. It looks like I got a fupa, but I really don't. That girl is tight, really, really tight. I don't feel any soreness. My cut is actually looking pretty good. The only thing that I feel is right up here, right under my breastbone, where the top of the muscle repair is, and I can kind of feel tenderness, and I can feel a sticking out. So I want to say it's a spitting stitch there. So I just try to stay conscious of, like, my waist trainers or my fajas and stuff that go on there, that it doesn't press down too hard, because that can be a bit aggravating. But I just have this on today because I want to sweat. But I have on a simple tank top. I didn't feel like wearing a regular bra today, so I just put this on. No real reason, because I didn't get my boobs done, if you remember from the beginning. I have on these things called Yummies, and they're just like biking shorts, but they have like the silicone thing on there. I got them off of Amazon for like $10, but they're really soft, and it makes me feel really good here. And so essentially it's my waist. I think that's what it's gonna be. You see my hips are coming out some more, so you push that down into my hips. My butt, you rounded my butt, so it dips here. It did not dip before, and it rounds my butt. Now my butt is long. That's just how I am. I didn't get any lipo down here, but I'm more than likely gonna probably go back to get a lift maybe next year. And when I get my lift, you know, you lose some of your mass when they do that. So I'll probably have them do some lipo down here and grab the back of these thighs and grab like the bottom of my butt to kind of take some of that meat off I don't really need, and put them in here. We'll see what he says. You know, I love my doctor, so he tells me what is safe medically and what's not. But this is a really good faja to wear. My favorite one. So these are the shorts, and they come up here, but I pulled them up. They can even go down a little bit more. Say you want to wear a crop top, but you want to still have a little bit of support here, just as you're starting to work your way out of the faja into just wearing your normal body. See that curve? Isn't that nice? You can wear these under something, and they're seamless, so you can't even tell they're on. They're very soft. So this is one of my fajas. It's one of my shorter ones. I normally like to wear the biking short one, but this one has little lace on the end, and it's really good. Yeah, see, I didn't get any of this done, but she sits pretty good. But anyway, here's the curve. This one right here zips up. And it also buttons in here. Pull this up for you guys. I'm not flashing anybody. Here's my board. So it's my stomach. You can see my muscle a little bit right here. And my cut is starting to lighten up. It was purple. If you remember, if you look back, previous videos, it's perfectly shaped. I put on bikinis and they look awesome. You can't see anything. you know, my cut does come all the way back here. So I was able to date, this was the part that actually closed quicker, the incision. So I was able to put some Healing Goddess cream on it, and so it's really light back here. So now that this part is closed, I'm able to put it on there now. So hopefully in the next few weeks it will start to lighten up a little bit more. I'm gonna just go ahead and take my board off, since I've had it on a couple hours. Probably just put it back on tonight. And this faja is actually really soft as well. But the only thing I don't like is it has like the little clasps right here, and so you gotta undo them and do them back when you don't. Okay, so here's where I am without the board. So you see the contour. My thighs come over here. I still think he did something to my thighs, but he said he didn't. So I did not get anything done to my butt or my hips, guys. All he did was just really contour everything. He did put two holes right here. As I said in the beginning, when he did my flanks, he went from my flanks from here. He put 2 cuts here, 2 cuts here. So he went up, and then he went in, up, and up my back. So he got some of my back with my flanks, but he just didn't get everything. Like, he didn't get all the way up here or anything. And then, of course, he stopped right in here. So he created this curve, but he didn't touch any of this because that wasn't a part of it. I didn't ask for anything, like, which I'm kind of glad, because I lay on my back and my butt a lot. And I don't know what I would have to do if I couldn't lay on them. So what I like about this file is it gives you a lift on your boobs. Since I didn't get my boobs done, it makes me look like I did. But you don't have to wear both of these. I just do because it trains my waist, because I don't wear the foams as much, because I'm kind of at that stage where if you wear your foams too much, well, me, based on my skin, if I wear my foams too much, I start to get itchy, and I can't deal with the itchiness. So I wear them very sparingly, and so because of that, I just train with both faja and the binder. But this is the board. I've cleaned her, so that's why they got like these things on here. But it makes you sweat, so I was sweating. At the very bottom, this is supposed to be the bottom, but I really like to wear mine like this because it covers my vagina, where my 2 cuts were for, my incisions were for my drains, and it protects them. And although they're pretty much healed, they're still kind of tender, so whatever. So I did schedule my first wax for 7 weeks post-op. So in the next 2 weeks, I'll be getting wax for the first time since surgery. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll come back and tell you guys. But I did want to just make sure that I checked in, so you guys know where I'm at and how I'm going, how I'm doing, and how everything is going. So I will be back pretty soon. Like I said, I'll talk about my wax, and that same week I have my 2-month post-op, so we'll talk about that. And then I am actually going to reveal my body in Mexico, in Cancun, on the 28th of May. So I'll go live, if YouTube lets me do it out there. If not, I'll just do a video like this, and be able to show you guys the results, my 2-month results. Okay, talk to you later. Make sure you click subscribe.